Okay, y'all. We have a boatload of lies that's piling up on Nolan Wells' mother. I've said this from the start. People didn't want to listen, but it is what it is. The numbers ain't lied so far. Not too much. 97% of the time, they be right. They be right. We have Nolan friends that went and got themselves something like a GoFundMe, y'all, so they could pay a lawyer to come after people and everybody and this and that and to help steer this narrative, I guess, y'all. But anyway, we're going to talk about it all. Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my day ones, twos, threes, and fours. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all and welcome, welcome, welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged, some it's not, and the fair accuse is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. First, I want to say happy Sunday. I hope everyone have a wonderful day. Please stay safe and all that good stuff. Please stay aware of your surroundings. And please, y'all, watch the company that you keep because it just may save your life or keep you out of trouble. Okay, y'all? So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There is so much stuff coming out right now that don't make no sense. So we got a couple people that didn't get arrested. Word on the street, y'all. They trying to flip-flop this whole case upside down. I told y'all this had everything that was going on with this case has the same patterns of Mo3. Him being lined up, everybody getting paid off of his passing, a lot of ties to Masonic stuff. Just so many things, y'all. So many people tied to each other. So much y'all, it's the same exact thing. And this is what's going on now. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Just the threats alone of the two people that were arrested, they had a boatload of history of stealing, robbing, all kind of stuff. Just, everything you could think of. The people that just got arrested for threatening the judge and the federal building and all of that stuff, y'all, they have records a mile long. And my understanding is they are crackheads, y'all. I'm just going to be completely honest with y'all. They are smoking their kneecaps off the hinge. And when I thought about that, I said, something, just like a light went off in my head. And I was like, what if they are being paid to do this? Because other than that, it makes no sense why somebody smoking their kneecaps off would care about what happened to Nolan or anybody else, y'all, because they don't even care about themselves. So I'm going to just say this is my personal opinion, okay? I think they were paid. And how ironic for these people to come forth, y'all. They're smoking their kneecaps off, okay? To come forth at a time, right at around the time as Nolan's friends, y'all, are setting up something like a GoFundMe. And word on the street is they didn't set it up. The judge's husband or one of the boys' daddies, that's the doctor, y'all. Word on the street, y'all. That's supposed to be allegedly work with the mother. Y'all, this is what I heard. So I'm just saying, I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know I'll be around these people. This is what the streets is saying. This doctor that set up a new GoFundMe, y'all. A new one. He went from putting up a $50,000 reward, which I told y'all he was never going to pay out because ain't nobody going to tell nothing. But he put this up to make himself look good. I'll pay $50,000 for any information on the case. Just bumping his gums because he's never going to have to pay a dime. Well, he went from wanting to give up some money to now receiving some because now he went from that to setting up some kind of, what you call it, GoFundMe, something like that. And now he's doing the getting instead of the receive, the giving, he's getting the receiving now. Now they saying that this money They put it up to $100,000 that Nolan so-called friends want to raise because they are saying that they are being harassed. Their life has been turned upside down since the situation. And this money is going to go toward not only, being Crump for posting up stuff, okay, and keeping this stuff going. Because they said that if the lawyer is out here posting up stuff, that pictures that have been edited and stuff like that, he helped, keep this stuff going with, bloggers and all of this other stuff. And they're saying they're going to go after bloggers. That bloggers were saying they did this and that and that and this and that. So they don't want people to have a freedom of speech anymore, so that they can talk about stuff that's coming from their camp, because anybody that posted up stuff or edited these pictures and this and that and that and this, it ain't the bloggers doing it. It's their own inner circle that's doing this. And to me, it seems like all of this confusion and all of this stuff that's going on is to take attention off of Nolan. Not make Nolan look like he is the victim. Make the people that, that people think are the suspects look like the victims now. And this is what they're doing right before our eyes. And these two people just out the blue, that's not even from the same city and state, just up and threatening people. A lot of people is not buying it, y'all. A lot of people is not buying it. These people seem to have been paid to do this just so they can spin this. Spin it, y'all. If you get somebody, and I'm not saying they did it, but if you do think about it for a second, if you get somebody, pay somebody smoking their kneecaps off to call in some threats, then you can turn around and start you a GoFundMe. Same thing I told y'all about Mo3. Everybody got paid. Even the people that had something to do with it. Everybody in the world thinks that these kids had something to do with it. The world everybody on that island is a suspect to me until they prove they're not. Everybody should be a suspect. Everybody that was out there. Until they prove that they're not a suspect. But with these threats coming in that bullcrap, and then going and get, this GoFundMe set up, and they're saying that this money is going to go toward, if your daddy is Mr. Baller that got $50,000 to, give away to somebody with any information, then why would he need to set you up a GoFundMe? It just don't make any sense, but it's a lot of stuff that's going on that makes sense. Why in the world would two crack to the head, y'all? Gonna out the blue threaten authorities for somebody they don't know, have nothing to do with. Why would they care to get locked up for something like that? And then these two people been back and forth to jail, back and forth to jail, back and forth to jail. They go in and out like it ain't nothing. This made me think about Rihanna house getting piled up, and then that female taking the fall for it. To me, this is the same situation with this. That they're taking the fall for calling, but they got paid something for doing it. And it probably was them getting wasted. That's my personal opinion. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about these people all of a sudden threatening and all of this stuff at the same time, y'all. At the same exact time that they setting up the GoFundMes and all of this other stuff. I'm not Nolan them side, but the people that he went there with, they're the ones that setting up this stuff now, y'all, to collect money. And they say they collected almost $40,000, y'all. Almost $40,000. People is sending money to these kids, because they feel like they're being victimized. Yeah, you can't make this up. The thing of it is they could have stopped half of this stuff if they would have just went on and released the autopsy report and stopped playing around. And that's on both sides. We got, the first autopsy that they were taking their time with, and we still don't know about. And that's out, and they still don't want to release it, which is weird if it was an accidental, drowning or whatever. And then we have the second autopsy report that he was pretty much forced to release because everybody like, what is taking you so long? Because it seems like you just are getting that bag to go up and up and up. This is what everybody was saying about being Crump. And he finally went on and released it because he was getting so much backlash because of it. They done collected over $1 million from people. And there's no answers. And if you think there's no answers about that, there's even more no answers about the stuff that I'm about to tell y'all that don't make any sense right now. Okay, y'all? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we have Nolan's mother that is still on the road, y'all. Still on the road, and she's on the road. Every time you turn around, she's doing an interview, but she ain't saying nothing. But the one thing that she is saying, she don't know nobody. Now the husband is saying he don't know nobody either. Who's lying, y'all? While she's from page to page and channel to channel. And do this look like, I'm just going to be completely honest, do this look like somebody that lost their son and hurting? It's people in the streets is showing more pain than she is, y'all. And I still have yet to see one tear, y'all. When everybody else's face is looking serious, she's still laughing. From page to page to page. Now, did the daddy take the night off? Probably. He might be tired, y'all. You would think she'll be tired, but she's not. And the more that she's out here, the more that things are being exposed. I told y'all this a while back. I said, one side or the other is going to look bad with this situation. Either the other side, being Crump is going to prove that they're liars and this and that and that and this. And these people did something to Nolan and this and that and that and this. And, everything going to be put on blast. And they're going to look bad. Okay? That whole county going to look bad for a cover up and this and that and that and this. Or, on the other hand, being Crump and Nolan's parents, them, and all of them is going to look bad. Did I not say this? Look what's happening right now. Being Crump is losing. Being Crump looks bad right now. And I know there's bloggers out here talking about, being Crump got something. He finna come out of the bag. He finna do something. They got some investigation going on. This is what's taking so long. Y'all, this looking like just what I said. That Nolan Wells was sacred to the feist. This is what it's looking like more and more and more. And they saw a way for them to make a bunch of money off of Nolan. And they did that. This is what it looks like to me. And now the people that he came there with on the boat, they getting on the bandwagon too, making them some money off of it. They finna pay off their colleges now. Okay? Everybody finna pay off their college career. And being Crump now, my personal opinion is going to keep on going back and forth until they can't go back no more. Tell them cash apps stop coming. And then he is going to go on about his business. Once them cash apps is gone, he's gone. And it is what it is. They are looking bad right now. And there's a strong possibility that the grand jury is going to say that there's nothing here. They have nothing. Not a nada, yo. Even though we got the audio and all of this other stuff, we found out about Bart and all of this stuff through the audio that he was there because before then we didn't know and all of this stuff. There's still nothing. Still nothing according to a lot of lawyers that's coming forth right now talking and saying that being Crump ain't got a pot to pee in, y'all. This is what they are saying about being Crump, y'all. And the mother. I told y'all I was looking at him side eyes when it took him so long to come out with the autopsy report when he already knew, y'all. He already knew that it was going to be inconclusive because they did not have all the body parts that they needed to do the test that they needed to do. When they knew that Nolan body came and there was all the parts wasn't there, Ben Crump should have put out a report then. But he kept putting it off. And then when he finally say something, because people start getting peed off about it and the internet started lighting up about what is going on. You release yours. No, you release yours. Now you release yours. Now you release yours. And nothing is coming of it. A lot of people started looking at him sideways. Then they went on a trip to Chicago just to say all the body parts wasn't sent. It's inconclusive. He got a mark on the back of his head though. It's a rare bruise. But no other visible marks. Nothing like that. This is what they said. And left people even more confused. Now, if you think you're confused about that, you're going to really be confused about this, because Nolan's mama now, y'all, is getting exposed. She is getting exposed by everybody, y'all. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. You have the friends that came out and said, we're Nolan's friends. We're his best friends. A couple other friends said, we're his best friends. We done went out of town. We done left our car at their house. He spent a night at our house. We kick it. They got pictures. We went to school together. We did this. We did that. All of these kids coming out saying they're his friends. The mama said, I don't know these kids. She said, I don't know these kids. And I said, let me put her name in gematria, because this is weird for one side to say they friends with him, and the mama to say, I don't know them. I ain't never seen you before. I thought that was so weird. And when stuff is weird, I go to gematria and see what pops up. And I put in her name, Nolan's mother's name, and 113 popped up. And y'all know what 113 represents: dishonest. Dishonesty, y'all. Lies. That didn't come up when I was putting other people's names in there. It came up under the mama name. Okay? Now we have the friends that came out and said that they know him, and she said no, they don't know him. Okay? So the friends came out and she said that she don't know him. Then we had one of the guys that he went out there with on a boat. Stepmama say, I know her. We went to school together. The judge. She says, I don't know her. More people. The Nolan mama claims she don't know. She don't know none of these people. Then we found out later that she works with one of the kid's father. He's a doctor, work at her job. She work under him. She don't know him either, y'all. She don't know nobody. Okay? 3 sets of people already. It ain't 3. Okay? She knows nobody, don't know nothing. She have not a clue. Nobody knows. No, how do he know these people? I don't know. She don't. He can't. These ain't his friends. Well, somebody tell Nolan that, because he thought these was his friends, and they thought they was Nolan's friend. Okay? The judge, she came out and she said the same thing. I know her. I mean, you can't make this up. All these people can't be lying on her. Now we got Katie, y'all. Lord have mercy. Now we got Katie. There's a situation now that Katie, she know the family. Remember when people were saying that, oh, she just met Nolan at the on the island that day. They just had met. That was all a lie. I mean, a complete lie. So Katie and Nolan were already friends. Somebody else had been told us that that's a lie. They've been knowing each other. But see, so many people is telling you different stuff, so you don't know who to believe. So now we're hearing it from the horse's mouth, y'all. Yes, Nolan Wells' family members is coming forth saying that they know Katie close to their family. She even been running around here telling everybody that, I am a family member of the Wells family. The deputy, y'all. I said, Lord have mercy. This can't get no crazier. Yes, the deputy of the county, y'all, that is covering the Nolan Wells case is best friends with Katie and her family now. They all know each other. This is why Nolan knows Katie. Not just through the friends, but through his own family members that knew Katie. And you know what? Nolan mama said, I don't know her. Either she's the worst mother ever or she's lying, y'all. She's lying. All these people ain't coming for lying on her. She's even to me lying on her own son and said her son don't know these people and he ain't friends with these people when he was. If she'll lie about the people that they know, y'all don't think that Nolan's mama will lie about other things, y'all? And this liar got with being Crump, which is another liar. And they kept this lie going. And everybody is wondering, why in the world would Nolan mama pretend like they don't know Katie? Why, y'all? Even if you Google it, y'all, go Google it, y'all. Jackson County Sheriff Deputy Kadriana, something like that, McKinney, is a relative of Nolan Wells, who publicly spoke out and posted statements to defend Katie McCormick against online abuse and harassment regarding the tragic demise of the teen. This relative was defending Katie. I didn't even know nothing about this, y'all. I just found about this today. Because if I had known about this, I would have been singing another tune too. Like, are y'all serious? But you know what? Nolan mama ain't saying nothing. She did 1,000 interviews. 1,000 interviews almost. Just being sarcastic, but it's been a lot. She did so many posts and interviews and public appearances and all of this. And you never once, it never dawned on you to say, well, some of my family members do know Katie. Or Nolan did know Katie. You see how I tell y'all they give you what they want to give you and stuff they don't want to give you, they not giving you? This goes for Nolan mama too. This goes for Ben Crump too. Ben Crump was posted. He's supposed to be this good lawyer, kick-tail lawyer. That other bloggers is just, ooh, Crump is the best. Crump is the best. I don't get it. He was posting up pictures that were fake pictures, y'all. Fake pictures. If a blogger posts a fake picture up and they don't know it's fake, because it's this AI stuff and what we don't know. A lot of this stuff is blurry. A lot of stuff you don't know if it's true or not. We just put it up and talk about it because this is what people posted up. And that's important to post up what people are posting because this is letting you know that whoever is posting this stuff is steering a narrative. They want it to go a different way. Look at all the stuff that they throwing out here. This is so this will be covered up and threw up under the rug. This is crazy, y'all. A relative of Nolan Wells. She has known Katie McCormick and her family for years. So the deputy, who is some kin to Nolan's mother, in the same county they live in, Nolan is friends with Katie and her family. How in the world do Nolan's mother not know of Katie? Your son is close to Katie. Your other family member that's a deputy is close to Katie. My question is now, is the deputy and Nolan's mother close? Do they even talk? Because if they talk, and she been posting up stuff, this is what it says. She been speaking out publicly about the statements. If the deputy is speaking out publicly trying to save Katie, then why in the H to the ELL did Nolan's mother speak on Katie and say, he wasn't left on an island with somebody he didn't know. He actually knew Katie. She even knows people in our family. I don't personally know her, but my sister or whoever a person is, some kin to them, that's the deputy. They know him. I'm sure by now her family member would have reached out to her and said, well, in between her doing all her touring and stuff like that and public appearances, I'm sure she would have picked up the phone and said, you should say something about Katie because Katie is his friend. We all know her. Have y'all heard one time Nolan mama say she didn't know Katie? She got one and did an interview recently and said she don't know Katie either. Why? Because it makes it look even worse that his friends left him on an island with somebody he just met. And it makes it look like we all told him you don't go somewhere and you don't come back with who you went with. And but you forgot to let this little detail out. That your son knew Katie. Not only do your son know her, but she's close to your police, deputy, officer, whatever you want to call it. Family member. You know why she didn't want to release that information? Because it would have looked as if Nolan was left with somebody that he knew. She let all of these stories run wild on the internet when she could have stopped some of them. If you're going to be out here in everybody's face every day, 24/7, at least tell us some truths. This woman ain't told us shit, y'all. She ain't told us nothing. But look like lies over and over and over and over again. Y'all, that's all she has done. Y'all remember I posted this up, Deputy Marshal Josie Wells. Here's another deputy. I guess deputies run in the Wells family. I'm just saying, y'all. Just another Wells. So if two deputies in the Wells family? Now listen, they talking about the same one, but I doubt it, okay, y'all? I doubt it. Two, because this guy right here passed away. This is the Wells that Obama came to his funeral and spoke. Y'all, this ain't looking good for Nolan's mom and family. And rumors are, I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know, but rumors are the daddy is a Mason. He's a Mason. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. The daddy is a Mason and the mama is a complete serial liar. That's what it's starting to look like. My personal opinion as far as the mama. Look like she's a liar, y'all. And like I said, if she ain't a liar and she's not lying and everybody else is lying on her that she don't know nobody, she the worst mother in the world. And I said this, and I'm still standing on it. And people can come in here and say, it ain't about the mama. It's about what they did to her son. Y'all is failing to understand that it's looking like everybody been duped, y'all. From the start. Because word on the street is, they told her. They told her from the beginning. Now, she didn't want to accept what they told her, but they told her. And now it's looking like they're going to be telling her the same thing again, what they told her in the beginning, that this could have been an accidental. And people are saying, well, it wasn't nothing in his lungs. We don't know what was in his lungs. Somebody that was on an airplane all the way up in the sky said that he don't look like, he was waterlogged. But how can you see somebody that far away, y'all? And due to the fact that they took his lungs out, we don't know I'm just saying, if he drowned or not. We don't. We don't know. But we do know that they could have cleared up some things and they didn't. If the deputy knows Katie, the deputy is family members with the mother. The mother is doing all these appearances. The other family member that's the deputy has been throwing up SOSs saying, Katie didn't do it, Katie didn't do it, Katie. Why haven't she made any public appearances with the family member right here? Huh? Ask yourself this question, y'all. Is it because Nolan mama did not want the truth to come out about Katie being friends with him? Now, man, this still does not, say that Nolan was not taken out. It does not say that because everybody was acting weird. Okay? But at the same time, there's been so many lies that you don't know what to believe. Remember when I did the video and people were putting out that the police sent some people to search the boats of his friends? And they refused, just like they said they refused lie detector tests. They refused to let them search the boat, or whoever owned the boat refused. Word on the street is now in paperwork, they searched the boat. And they let them search the boat, y'all. And that lie was put out too. A lot of these lies that were put out, they were put out because of the people that's handling this, y'all. If you're going to be in our face 24/7, 7 days a week, at least put some truth in there. Even if you didn't know Katie, you could have said, well, my son knew Katie and my family member knew Katie, so he did know somebody there, blah, 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 blah. If you're trying to get to the bottom of things, your family member is friends with Katie. Why wouldn't you talk to her? Some of the boys' family members was reaching out to Nolan's mother, and she wouldn't even talk to these people. If you're really trying to get down to the nitty gritty about what happened to your child, why not talk to the people just to see what they're saying? See how they look and see if they face expression, when they explaining it to you. They refuse to talk to any of the parents, any of them. She didn't even want to talk to Katie when Katie called. It was like hit and miss. She didn't really want to talk to Katie. And I wonder how Katie called her. Is it because the family member gave her the phone number, like, call her and talk to her? And she didn't want to talk to Katie? She didn't want to have nothing to say to Katie. But if you want to find out what happened to your son, you gotta talk to these people. See if you're gonna catch them in a lie, something. She wouldn't even talk to them, y'all. She wouldn't even talk to them. She wouldn't even clear the air that Nolan knew this girl. That he was not left on an island with somebody he didn't know. She knew his family. There's even a person that came forward that was a witness out there. And they said that Nolan was looking for a ride back. And they said that he asked them, but they were already full. So they wouldn't take him. And they left him too. That's just some people came out and said that. And they was getting ready to leave. And Nolan told them, oh, it's okay. I know some more people. And I asked them, who's the last people who left? Because it had to be the last people who left that know something. If they can track the first boats and the GPS and this and that, track the last boats that were there. The last ones leaving. The person who said that he asked them, did they have some room? Was there a lot of boats left when he asked you? About how many? Check the GPS on all of those boats. It's so many unanswered questions that it don't make no sense. They say Nolan didn't drink and all of that stuff. Apparently he did because he had drinks in his hand. They showing pictures of drinks in his hand, kicking it. So he does drink. And now she's going to say, well, even if he did drink, everybody else was drinking too. Why he didn't make it back? Well, you don't know nothing about your child. So this makes a huge difference. If you really knew your child didn't drink nothing. And this was his first time getting sloppy and drunk. then it's a possibility that he couldn't handle drinking because this was his first time drinking. But a lot of people feel like this wasn't Nolan's first time drinking. He hung around these same guys a lot, and that's how they do. So Nolan was used to drinking, and like this was his first time, and he couldn't handle it, and he made a wrong decision to get back in the water and swim, and couldn't. He couldn't because he couldn't think straight. She don't know nothing about her son. She don't know his friends. She don't know he was drinking. She don't know nothing. Either she knows and she's lying. Is that why she didn't want to do a toxicology report along with a autopsy report? Her and being Crump? Because she knew that he was getting drunk? Because it makes no sense to why they didn't do a toxicology report too. If you went out your way to do a second autopsy, why not do a toxicology report too? Why not? Go ahead and do that if this is what you really want to know. I just want to know what happened. Well, why wouldn't you, when the man had your son on the table, say, do the toxicology report too? We need to know everything. Did somebody give him something? Was anything in his system? That's the first thing. That's the main thing she should have wanted. But instead of her doing that, and she's supposed to be a doctor. Oh, yeah, y'all. She's 1 foot in the door as to be a doctor. She prescribes. She do all of that stuff. She see patients. It didn't dawn on Miss Thang to want to know what was in her son's system. It didn't dawn on you to tell people that he knew Katie. I see why some of the lawsuits is about to be flying because being Crump and Nolan's mom could have cut out a lot of the rumors. Not only that, to be honest with y'all, the state could have cut out a lot of rumors. If they would have went on and released the autopsy report, even now, if they go on and release the autopsy report, people mad won't be wandering and study trying to figure out what's going on. But the longer things are good, just take, the more exposure is coming out, y'all, and people being exposed for what they are. Now, if you thought that was weird, I want y'all to look at something else that's kind of weird to me. Now, the lawyer of all the boys that Nolan went on the island, on the boat with, like I say, they lawyered up. They lawyered up, y'all. Okay? And this is the location, 113 Jackson Avenue, of the new lawyer that they just hired. And they're hiring because they being harassed and threatened and all of that stuff. Okay, y'all? So this is why they set up the money, something like a GoFundMe, so that it could go straight to this lawyer, and this lawyer will represent all of the boys that they feel that, they've been wronged. And it also allegedly is suing Ben Crump for posting up fake pictures and all of this stuff. Now, mind you, word on the street, the fake pictures came from their inner circle. So you mean to tell me, and like I said, y'all, this is some manipulative stuff. If they did this, if they lined Nolan up, okay, manipulating the evidence and pictures and stuff that people are releasing, and pictures that they're not. You seeing videos of fights and Nolan being thrown around and this and that and this, and then we found out later those pictures came from a whole nother beach. All kind of stuff that they've been doing. Because they know how to manipulate and edit and do all kind of AI stuff and mix stuff in. Who stands to gain by putting this stuff out there? Not the people that's reporting. The people that we're reporting on. They stand to gain. It makes it look like the story is all over the place. That's what it's looking like now, y'all. And then, how ironic for these so-called knee smokers smoking their kneecaps off pop up. And it's threatening people. Threatening somebody. Not the blue. People that don't mind going back and forth to jail out the blue, that they just crash dummies that come out here and just threaten the judge and stuff like that. And they look like they ain't been more thinking about their own family, less known the Wells family. A lot of weirdness going on, y'all. But this is the address. As soon as I saw the address of the lawyer's office that's taking over the boys' case to sue everybody, 1113 popped up. And I told y'all when 113 or 1113 popped up, some lies in here, y'all. People are being played, y'all. Just like, the mother name is Christine Wells Wansley. 113. 113 pops up, y'all. Right here. And these are the things that 113 represents. Green screen, dream world, fake reality, sinister, divorce, infidelity, perjury, disinfo. And that's all we've been getting is a lot of disinfo. And she kept this going. She didn't try to stop none of this. You think her family member didn't tell her that was telling everybody else. Katie didn't have nothing to do with this. We friends with them. He knew them. You think their family member did not call her and say, why you doing these, meetings and all of this stuff and these press conferences? Why don't you let the people know that Katie, he wasn't left there with somebody that he just met. He been knowing her. She chose to not tell us the truth. I keep telling y'all, I see why some people is getting sued, because they are the reason behind why people start feeling the way they feel. People won't be trying to solve a case if y'all would give them some answers, and they know they're not getting any from the state. The state is half the blame for this too. They taking their time, and now that they have finished, and the second autopsy somewhat has been released, what they found, a little bit of what they didn't and didn't find, you still won't release your part. This is what's making people keep talking about it. And now they found the way for rich people to get some more money, y'all. To go after Nolan's family now. Go after being Crump now for putting up false information and all of that stuff now. And you know what that means? Being Crump now still keeping up they GoFundMe now. Because they gonna feel like, possibility, we gonna need more money because they going after me now. They're trying to sue me for trying to get to justice for Nolan. I can hear it in being Crump voice right now. Just so both sides can keep begging for money for people that need their own money. Okay, y'all? If y'all think this is weird, look at this. Y'all remember when the mama kept calling Nolan a cash soul? Look at 111 and 666 kept popping up right there. I told y'all. 111 and 666 pops up. Mark of the beast. Somebody's ship out the sink, okay? The cash soul's ship sank. This is what the mama calls him. And everybody was getting mad at me because I said what I said. This seemed like a secret to the fight, and it still seems like one because the mama seems like she's still lying, y'all. The new lawyer that the doctor to set up GoFundMe's for the boys, or whatever you want to call it, something like GoFundMe for the boys. The new lawyer that's handling and taking in this GoFundMe. This is his address, y'all. 1113 Jackson Avenue. But I want y'all to look at this phone number for a second. I said, Lord have mercy. This can't be no obvious. I hope I said that right. I did say it backwards, but y'all know what I was thinking. Look at the last 7 digits of this phone number, y'all. What do you all see? Is that the mark of the beast? 666-111. 666-111. Y'all can't make this up. This is the phone number to the boy's lawyer that took him to the island. Y'all, what they gonna say? Oh, I made these numbers up too? Y'all, this crazy. This is crazy. Mark of the beast. Mark of the beast. 111666. Titanic. Ship sinking. Ain't that crazy, y'all? 111666. They called in saying their boat was sinking. Their new lawyer, last 7 digits is 111666. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Am I tripping or not? Or is it something more going on here than we think? Or is it exactly what we think? That Nolan was sacred to the fight that everybody is playing their part, including Crump, Nolan's mama, the deputies, and everybody else that played a part. I even found out there was a coach out there on the island. A coach, y'all. I saw Nolan and he looked just fine. That's what the coach said. Everybody was out there that day. Everybody. But nobody saw nothing, y'all. Yeah, right. Just like Malcolm Jamal Warner. Nobody saw nothing either. Oh, he was just fighting in waves. He couldn't swim all of a sudden. But word on the street, he was a good swimmer. He was a good swimmer. This is what I heard. Word on the street is Nolan was a good swimmer. That's what I heard. But are you a good swimmer if you're drunk? And was he drunk? I do believe he had some in the system. It was the 4th of July. Who don't be sipping on the 4th? Especially if they're hanging out with their friends. Nolan mama is holding a lot of information back, y'all. She is very deceitful. My personal opinion. And I think that a lot of the stuff that's been going on, people would have had some kind of answers for. But they didn't. They never got any kind of closure because stuff that she could have been talking about, she didn't. She didn't, y'all, and she still ain't. And frankly, I'm tired of her. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I want to see Nolan get some justice, but his mama is suspect like a mother. She's just the biggest suspect as these people are to me. Because you are not being honest with the public. You sit back collecting their money. Setting up your estates and all kind of stuff. But you can't even let a cat out the bag and let people know that Nolan wasn't left there by himself to fend for himself. He knew Katie. Katie family knew your family and everything else. And you let everybody continue to think what they wanted to think. And you continue to put out what you wanted to put out and not put out what you should have said something about. And y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Please like, share, subscribe if you like the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace.